This is an article that took a look at the draft capital gain and loss from the trades between the Eagles, Dolphins, and 49ers on March 26th. Now, you got your Giant stuff on, and Niner fan here to the death. But the Niners spent a lot of capital to move up to the third pick. Now, as you look at this chart, you have the three teams involved, the Dolphins, the Eagles, and the 49ers. You have a list of the picks that were acquired. Now, in some cases where you don't have a specific pick number, you'll see future. And that kind of means that the actual number will be kind of determined by the success or failure of that season. A poor season means a higher pick, and a good season means a lower pick. But they have a value, kind of an intermediate value that they've assigned to those, since they don't know the actual pick number. And so you can see that the Dolphins acquired a 6th pick, the 156th pick, two future ones, and a future 3. And the 6 has a value acquired number of 59.39. The 156 pick has a value of 2. So you can see there's an exponential difference in the value as you move down the pick number. They have, again, averaged it out for the futures where you don't know the pick. So future ones were assigned a value of 43.24 and the future 3 of 12.84. So they gave up, that's what they got. Now they gave up a third pick at 72.41 was the value that they gave up. They gave up a 123rd pick, which was 4.96, and a future one, which again, they used the average of 43.24. So if you look at what they acquired and you look at what they gave up, they are a net positive 40.14. So we're going to talk about how coaches and GMs look at these draft picks in terms of having a value when they start to do their negotiation, their quote, horse trading, as we talk about. Now, the Eagles in this situation got a 12th pick, they got a 123rd pick, and they got a future first round pick. Their value was 48.8, 44.96 for the 123rd, and 43.24 again. The futures were average. They lost a 6th pick, which showed up there on the Dolphins acquired list at 59.39. And as you can see, the Dolphins, that's what they acquired. And the 156th pick, again, that went to the Dolphins, that's that 204. So they gave up those two, but they acquired the 12th, the 123rd, and a future first rounder with a net positive value of 35.57. Now, my 49ers had acquired the 3rd pick of the draft from the Dolphins. They gave up the 12th pick, 2 future first round picks, and a future 3rd round pick. Averaging those numbers out, the future ones again 43.24 and the future 3 12.84, showing that the net value was a minus 75.71. So the Dolphins came out net positive, the Eagles came out net positive, the Niners came out net negative. They really wanted to move up to that 3rd spot. And the question then is, did they overspend? And who in this draft is worth spending that much for? That's the question. Who, if you're looking at your top 5, your top 10, who is worth giving up all of that for? What do you think, Mr. Dickerson?
Well, first of all, obviously on the surface, the Dolphins won when it came to this trade. the Eagles made out pretty well when it came to this trade because they were able to move to where they wanted to move to, according to who they had on their board and who they felt they could acquire at the 12th pick overall. The 123rd pick overall also is not going to be a bad picker. Now, a bad pick is not as bad as the 156 overall. So they actually moved down in the first round and they moved up in a future round. And they acquired a future number 1. So it's a good trade for the Eagles too. Now we're just talking about value, of course. We can't really establish a winner or a loser here until the picks are actually made and the players actually play and we see how they produce for their teams. That being said, we look at the 49ers, who gave up quite a bit of draft capital to move up to the 3rd pick overall. Right now, that big red square with the minus 75.71 in it looks bad. But whoever they choose, that will determine whether or not it was a good trade or not, or whether or not the guy was worth it. Now, some folks will probably tell you that nobody's worth that much. No one player who has never put on an NFL helmet is worth 3 picks, 2 of them being number 1s, and the 12th pick overall, which the Dolphins immediately got rid of to the Eagles, by the way. So, to me, this was a huge, huge move by the 49ers. This move is not only just huge for the 49ers, but this move at the number 3 pick in the draft could set the stage for multiple moves being made after they make their pick. This move could determine a whole bunch of other things happening in the first round for a whole bunch of other teams. And the teams should be ready because they understand that although Jacksonville's pick is pretty much set in stone, the Jets pick is pretty much set in stone. Word on the street is that the 49ers, a day before the draft, may or may not even be sure who they're going to take with that pick. So, this is crazy. Everybody's on standby. There's some teams that pretty much know I should be able to get my guy where I'm picking, or this guy should fall to me if they take him, but it might not happen if they take him. So if they take him, I'm going to need to make a move. There will be draft day trades. I predict there will be draft day trades, and you're going to see a lot of stuff happening in war rooms after the 49ers make their pick at number 3 overall.